A very good morning to you. You're watching Sky News Breakfast. Let's take a quick look at the morning's papers. We have journalist and author Janelle Aldridge and the Conservative commentator and columnist Samantha Smith. Samantha, let's start with Matthew Perry, because we had overnight some news about his death, and it was all linked to the sedative medical examiners said ketamine.
Yes, the medical examiner obviously released his report saying that Matthew Perry died of an accidental ketamine overdose, and it's all incredibly sad, isn't it? Matthew Perry has always been very open and vocal about his struggle with addiction and with depression, anxiety, with his mental health issues, and so for someone, he was such an inspiration to so many people who struggled throughout their lives, and to see his life end in this way it's so incredibly sad, and I think our thoughts and prayers will all be with his family and those who are close to him.
Absolutely, and we all have a Chandler Bing moment, don't we, Janelle, growing up? Can I be any more serious? You know, he had that humour and that comic timing that was unparalleled with many actors.
Yeah, and he always seemed such a natural. Sometimes comedic acting can seem a bit forced, but with him, there was nothing forced about it, always got a laugh. And yeah, as Samantha just said, it's just incredibly sad that someone who fought so hard to help people with addiction after coming through his own struggles actually ultimately ended up dying in this way.
Yeah, very, very sad. Hopefully the legacy of him talking will help many, many others. Let's move on then. This is the Times, inside the Times today, and it's bereaved parents and their anger, really, and betrayal over the online safety bill. Janelle, what can you tell us about this?
So with the Online Safety Act, there was something that coroners were going to be able to have the power to access data when children had taken their life after something had happened online. And after the inquest into the death of Molly Russell, her family had to campaign for years to get access to information from Meta and Pinterest about her accounts. Sometimes people are following accounts about self-harm, or they're following accounts about eating disorders. And actually this online safety bill allowed parents to have access to that information, to understand what their child was accessing that could have potentially led to their death. And so by watering down this act, it means that they won't have to hand over this data, which means that for some people, they'll never know the state of mind of their child before their death. So I think it is actually quite a sad moment. And actually, I do think anyone should be able to access information about their loved ones after their death from an online safety bill point of view. So yeah, no, I think it's a sad day for parents who may never get answers about their children.
And Dame Rachel D'Souza, the Commissioner for Children, you know, saying that actually social media companies really have to work hard now to protect young people.
Absolutely. I think that the Online Safety Act was the first opportunity that the government has had from a legislative perspective to be able to regulate social media companies and hold them to account for the sort of content that they're allowing on their platforms. And so to see this dialed back and watered down, really it poses questions as to the government's ability to effectively regulate dangerous or harmful content, and to be able to keep children safe from an era that we're living in, which is very hyper-informed. Children have access to every piece of information on the internet at the click of a button, and for them to be able to properly and effectively regulate it, they need to have the foresight of legislation
and get a real handle on it, because they shy away saying, you know, they have to be 13, but we all know younger children are signing up.
Have access, and if it's about accountability, and I think that's probably the word of the day. Like there needs to be some accountability, that if you're not stopping children from accessing these harmful things online, there should be accountability, and you should be making your own internal processes stricter and stronger to protect children. We have to protect children, you know, as part of our society.
Okay, we're moving on now to the Telegraph. I never thought I'd talk about this on Sky News Breakfast, but here we are. How workers need to have pockets in their pyjamas. I mean, I'm all for a pocket in a dress, but pyjamas, this seems quite absurd. What are we talking about here, Samantha?
So many retailers after the pandemic, obviously, where people got used to only having to dress for the top half for a computer screen. There's now a great demand apparently for the likes of Marks and Spencer and John Lewis to up their loungewear game by including pockets in pajama trousers, just on the off chance that workers who are working from home or hybrid working might need to, you know, shove a clicker or whatever it is that
A
they need.
mobile phone.
Exactly, a mobile phone is their pajama trousers.
Who knows?
I'm all for pockets in any sort of clothing. We famously,
I'm
women
here for that.
always need more pockets.
Pocket
so,
on a dress.
yeah,
go
but
for
I
it.
think that obviously loungewear is one thing, but straight up pajama pants, I can't see that being included as part of office dress code anytime soon.
Yeah, and also mums and dads that turn up at the school playground in pyjamas. No. I'm being quite strict today. The other thing I'm being really strict about is whether a potato is a vegetable or fruit. That's what the Daily Star are focusing on. Can you believe it, Janelle?
I mean, I don't care whether potato is a vegetable or a fruit. The main thing is that no one's trying to stop us from eating our potatoes. This is my hill. Potatoes are a superior carb. You
Yes.
can have them in literally any format. So I don't really mind whether you want to call it a fruit or a vegetable, as long as we can have them mashed, boiled, roasted, chipped, fried, and any other way, lard. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, I'm all for homemade chips. Samantha, Janelle, it's been an absolute pleasure this morning. Please do come back again. But for now, we'll release you into your Saturday morning. Thank you so much.